hate yourself enough for someone else to love you. Hey beloved, thank you for clicking my video and joining me on my corner of the interwebs. If you're new here, my name is Sally and this is the vlogs. Thank you all my returning subscribers. How have you guys been? How's Corona taking you? I know numbers are increasing, but we move, right? It's reached that point where it is what it is and things are getting back to normal. Restaurants are opening up, businesses are opening back up. I guess this is how we're gonna be, yeah? This is how we're gonna live. So in today's video, I want to talk about a conversation that I was inspired by a real good friend of mine. What's up, Lena? Shout out to you. About loving yourself. Don't love yourself. As the title suggests, here's why. Hear me out. Now, right now, millennials is anybody above who's born in 1985 and above. You're a millennial. Accept the fact and move on. Yes, I was in denial, but that's another video. We are millennials. So personally, I believe there's generation Y millennials, generation Z. No, there's no generation Z. There's generation Y millennials, and maybe X, and then millennials themselves, and then Gen Z, which is anybody born after 2000, right? So this is motivation that women and men are told, oh, self-love, practice self-love, know your worth, learn to be with yourself, content in being your singlehood, all these things about self-love. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Here's where the problem comes in. When you love yourself too much, there's no room for you to love anybody else. Now, hear me out. I agree that you cannot pour out of an empty cup. You need to love yourself to a certain extent for you to give love to someone else. I agree 100%, totally. But here's where we get things wrong. Ever wondering why? And I did have a vlog about this. Reasons why Miss Independent is still single. I will link it. I never know how to do these things. Somewhere up here, or link will be in the description box below. And I stand by those statements that I said about why Miss Independent is still single. But here is where it becomes a bit dangerous. Because when you're content with yourself, when you give yourself all this love, you set yourself, you want to give yourself the best of everything. You can't give yourself trash. So when it comes to your financial stability, your emotional stability, your intellectual stability, your spiritual stability, you will seek to give yourself the best. You understand? Until it gets to the space where now you want to settle down and share your experience with someone else, that someone else will never match up to you, because that someone else clearly is you. There's no one else like you. You get? So you can't now. You find yourself now. What's the word I'm looking for? In English, what is putting on, giving pressure to your partner to be this type of person that they're not. You get to give this pressure for your partner to meet this expectation that you've set for yourself that you want, that they can't. Not because of anything, not because they don't want to, it's because unfortunately it's kind of too high, number one, and unfortunately you are so content with yourself that no one else can match up to you. That is why I say stop loving yourself. Love yourself enough, or rather hate yourself enough for someone else to love you. Here's what I mean. Because there's a reason why, this conversation went back and forth because I asked so many questions from the male perspective, and I'm a female and I can never think like a guy. You get? I can't. That's why I ask a lot of questions. And I asked, So what's this whole nonsense, which I find nonsense, and that's my opinion, by the way, of this utter need for men. Okay, I shouldn't call it nonsense. It's not. It's like a big deal. So this need for men, it's not nonsense. This need for men to provide, because you see, that's what society has given a man, has established them. Like, you're not a man if you don't provide anything. And I asked the very same question. So now, in the event that money never existed in this world, what else is it that you can provide to show that now you are a man? And he told me this. It has nothing to do with money. Men will always provide money, or whether there's money or not. As in that need will always be there. It's just that, unfortunately, for a female, this is how men think. Like, what else can I give you if you're already giving it to yourself? All we're doing is, we'll be amazing business partners, but we won't be amazing life partners, because life and business and pleasure don't mix. You need a life partner, someone who will love on you, someone who will balance your emotional IQ, your EQ, someone who will balance your IQ, someone who will balance you spiritually. It's about balance, it's compromise, it's yin and yang. You can never have too much of one thing. But even a man who's so content in their singleness, like, it's okay when I'm single, if she comes, okay, if not, imagine it's just me and Jesus, ain't nothing wrong with that. You can go ahead. But if your desire is to be married, your desire is to have a partner, your desire is to live with someone other than yourself, then don't think of it like you're denying yourself, unajidunisha. No, you're denying yourself this love so that you can make the other person comfortable. It isn't that. Because you see, a partnership, Sally, a partnership is 100. You give in 100, he gives in 100, right? If your 100 is, the bar is up here, and your 100 is it's going to be very specific, because you want your man to be this, you want your man to do this, you want him to even look a certain way, you want him to even earn a certain thing, etc. And for the man, it's the same thing. She has to be this, she has to do this, she has to, etc. You get all these things. It will be specifics. It won't be general, in the sense that whoever it is that comes your way and your soul's match, your spiritual capacity matches, everything. This chemistry, that's the word I was looking for. This chemistry between you two. You find this person and all those things don't match, then the rest of your life would be just a partnership, in the sense of it's a business. So that even though that's why you have these conversations, or you hear stories where a female is earning more than the guy, and she's secretly earning more than the guy, because for whatever reason, and she can't tell her husband that she earns more, because it will bruise his ego. That's selfish, to be honest, because when you're in a partnership, there's an element of selflessness that everyone is supposed to have, because you can't just be thinking about what's in it for me in this relationship. So my man's is broke, now I can't say him because he's supposed to provide. Are you getting my point? Hate on yourself enough. Hate yourself enough. And hate is a very strong word, but I'm using it very particularly. Hate yourself enough for someone else to love you. Because if that whole self-love and you find yourself, that space is a very dangerous space. Ain't nothing and no one can tell you shit. Like, as in, even being alone is bliss, But again, I say, if your desire is to be married, if your desire is to have a life partner, then you can't be alone. Because there's some people who are content in being alone. Like, they're okay with that. You get, and they're okay with not having a life partner, which is fine. But if your desire is to get married, your desire is to have a life partner, hate on yourself enough for someone else to love you. But that's just me, and that's just the conversation I have. I like to hear what you guys think. Comment down below about this. There's that dangerous space of self-love that we need to avoid. I'm all about loving yourself and knowing your worth and knowing your value and going with that into a relationship. But there is that gray area of knowing yourself so well enough that no one else can match up to you. Is it possible to be in a relationship when you're in that space? Let me know in the comments down below. Tell me if you like this video, and comment also some of the topics you guys want to talk about. Hit me up on my Instagram. All the information is down in the description box below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video with everybody you know. We need to get the conversation rolling, because it's about time we start talking about these things. Because like I said, some things got to give. Love is not rocket science. It really isn't. Until next video.